What were the last two episodes without, giving it away completely? Like what was the focus?
3 series. So, and I think they teased it in episode 8.
Yep.
But they show
Pacers.
the Pacers series, which is in the final season,
Yeah.
which goes to Game 7, and then the 2 Utah Jazz finals.
I will say when I watched it with D last week or the week before, it is tilting to me the way they jump back and forth. It's just so hard to keep track of where they are, and it's just a decision they made. Filming this thing. Did it bother you guys at all, or you just got used to it?
Not really. I
Just
mean,
too much jumping around.
They show you like when they're moving around on the timeline.
They do.
For the dummies
But-
like me, they'll say moving from 98 back to 96.
Yeah, but it's
so
just
I know
like-
where we are.
I know, but I don't understand why they chose that.
They're going
course.
non-linear.
Yeah, I know.
I actually went back and looked at after watching it last night. I went back and looked at the stats of that series because the 2 Utah Jazz series, and Karl Malone played well in one of those series. I was stunned to see there wasn't another member of the Jazz who averaged double figures.
Not
Even John Stockton didn't have. He averaged like 9.7 points per game in the series.
Huh.
The Jazz, I guess, they were completely carried by Karl Malone offensively in terms of points, and then a bunch of role players with 7 to 9 points per game.
What I had forgotten, and this blew me away, was that the Bulls held the Jazz to 54 points in a regulation NBA game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a staggeringly
That's
low
nuts,
number.
isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah, they
Especially
were
especially with 2 Hall of Famers on.
That and the fact that like at least one of the finals final results was like 85 to 79.
Yeah.
Just so low.
They were much
Well, it's
lower
just-
scoring games.
It was a different game back
Yeah,
then.
way different.
So that was the game they won by 40, right? They run it like 100 to
Yes.
50.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
96 to 54 or something
But both
crazy
of those
like that.
series, I would say out of the 6 titles that Michael amassed and the Bulls, won 6 finals, I feel like those Jazz series were the 2 toughest ones because they were close. I mean, beyond that 40-point game, I mean, a couple of those games were really close. I mean, the last the game 6 in the Last Dance, there's the Jazz are up by 3 points with 40 seconds to go.
Right.
But then Jordan scores a bucket. They strip the ball from he strips the ball from Karl Malone, and then he scores the game winner over Brian Russell. And then, Stockton still had a shot to win the game for the Jazz and just missed it.
Yeah, those were all tight games. I mean, besides that 42-point win, just looking at all the final scores, Bulls win by 2, Bulls win by 2, Bulls win by 4, Bulls win by 5, Bulls win by 4. The final game they won by 1 when he hit the shot over Russell.
Oh yeah, I mean it was a tight series.
It was.
And
They
like
were
I
2
said,
great series. They really
Karl
were.
Malone played well, so Jordan played great, but Karl Malone played well. But it just amazed me. I think in the first year, maybe Stockton averaged around 16 points, but the second year, they didn't have a second guy averaging double figures.
That's
Are you kidding
surprising.
me?
Pretty
Surprised
smart
me.
of Brian Russell to taunt MJ while he had stepped away from the game. I mean, what a big stupid. How dumb can you be? And then he comes back and he scorches you and your team.
Well, that certainly was one of the themes of the series, were all the people that taunted him or
Right.
gave him the opportunity to could conjure up some sort of taunt,
Right.
where he could use that as motivation. Man, this guy, he is I don't know, he carries a big chip. We talk about Haskins. Man, Michael Jordan carries a huge chip.
He's a king grudge holder.
I mean,
what he is.
even the fact that I still think it's sad that like he's not even friends with Barkley anymore.
I know.
Over Barkley
Because
criticizing him, for the way he is as an owner. I mean, you're not going to let your boy criticize you?
Yeah.
Maybe one thing if it was just a regular douche, but that's your boy. I mean, you should, okay, you're not happy about it, but you discuss it. And he says, look, I'm just being honest. Be a
I
pain.
wonder how many of those guys that he played with. I'm guessing it's 0, besides Oakley, who he played with briefly. But how many of those guys he actually still talks to?
Yeah,
So I doubt
no idea.
There's no chance he talks to Pippen. There's no chance he talks to Kukoc. He doesn't talk to Bushler and Kerr and all those guys.
You know what? I'm
And
not sure
Wennington.
that's the case, Jason, because I could ask my buddy, but I'm pretty sure MJ and Pippen played out at Chicago Highlands together.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not 100%
They
sure
just
of
didn't
that.
seem like they were that tight.
I don't know that they are. But
Well, I mean, on the series, they show that his personal assistant, the white guy, is his best friend. It said
George.
best friend / personal assistant.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like, in the series, maybe that's just the way it was with the Fame, that a lot of his closest confidants and friends were like the security guys, his
Yeah.
personal assistant, Tim Grover, his personal
His
trainer.
trainer.
That was his inner circle.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
You know,
small inner circle.
Not as much, the players in the league.
I mean, I could be wrong, but it just seemed like he didn't have much of a relationship with those guys after his playing days were over.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
I mean, Dally talks
Anyway.
to Scotty Burrell.